After receiving our passports by courier the night before our plane was to take off, we were ready for the adventure of a lifetime, driving from London to Mongolia. If that sounds difficult, we're about to find out that even catching a hire car in London can be a challenge.
There's a black car arriving. What black car is that? Hello. Just going up to see. I'm actually at arrivals, not departures, just so you know, because we just arrived.
As my brother struggled to understand the English-speaking black cab driver, it dawned on me that if we were struggling with this, what chance did we really have of making it through Russia and Kazakhstan?
So, apparently it wasn't Lolly Park, it was valet parking, which happens to be over there. So we're on our way to pick up your car.
Absolutely, down to Billinghurst to bipod cars, so pretty excited about it, hoping that it's at least there when we get there. That'll be the first test. The bit of history, I've emailed these guys a lot of times. I haven't got a lot of emails back from them. So I've paid for the car.
It's the beast. Here it is. Look at the turning circle on that.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Yeah, there will be no trouble parking. But parking would be the least of my problems. Like blowing a little bit of smoke out the back, I can see.
That's all pretty basic stuff. There. Excellent. Mirrors are just adjust with this one.
Yep, I'll jump in and have a look. So it's got aircon on it, thank God. I'll make some good use of that.
Yep, definitely need that.
Oh well, that's it.
No, it folds down like a ute. It's heaps of room.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah, and that obviously is a parcel shelf that go across there, but I very much doubt you'll need that.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, let's see how it goes. Putting some of our bags.
All right, Mr. Tetris, let's see what you can do.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Bag number one.
And it's full up.
And the car's full. We might have some minor concerns, but let's just see. I've got a pillow here, so that can fit in. Oh, hang on. Okay.
Am I going to have to get the taxi driver to take me back?
Bag and a pillow. These documents can go in the glove compartment, so that's good. There is a glove compartment in it, right? How do I get? I can't find a glove box. There is one, right?
There is.
You've got a key.
Oh yeah.
There isn't one really. All you've got is.
There is no
You got
glove box.
nothing.
Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that stuff.
Hey.
We were away, but could this 11-year-old smart city coupe really get me to Mongolia? Only time would tell. Fuck?
They're in German.
The instructions are in German, but I reckon we can work them out. German instructions aside, I was quite happy with my purchase. Until this.
So at the moment we're making our way to Clapham, but no, you can't really see this and it's hard to capture on film. But he's not comfortable, he's not a comfortable man.
This car I've been in less than 10 minutes and it is giving me the shits. The lush green English countryside and small beautiful towns were truly breathtaking.
What seems to be the problem?
We have a little bit of a moisturiser spill.
What's that document?
This document's my international licence, yet to be displayed to anyone.
Is your car driving well?
Car drives pretty well, it doesn't take off too fast. That's a bit of an issue, it's been cause for concern.
Is that a slight understatement?
It is a slight understatement, but I've got to say, what today actually turned into was not so much a search for accommodation, but a search for a toilet. Just picture two brothers dying for pardon the French, a shit. For 8.5 hours, trying to find somewhere to have a shit. Initially the idea was get accommodation and then have a shit. And we did actually finally find one at a service station. I found a toilet. much to Will's annoyance, I clogged it up. We had to leave very quickly. So we had to wait another 4 hours. With my car sorted, it was time to find out whether Will's choice of car would be just as impractical and downright stupid as mine was.
My car cost a bit more than yours, so it'll be interesting to see. I made sure that I had heated leather seats.
Heated leather? Hang on, this is new. Did you get that put in modification or did you buy it like that?
It's standard in the vehicle that I chose.
Will had purchased a luxury smart car. However, that was not enough to help him to park within the lines. So Will, driving along in your little beast of a car, it seems to have a little bit of grunt. What are your initial thoughts?
It's actually a lot of fun. I've got paddle shift, so it's like driving an F1 car. Not quite as fast, but that car just passed me.
That car did just pass you, but it was speeding. Off the mark, you seem a hell of a lot faster. It actually not that much difference from you driving normally to this car from what I've observed.
Well, that's just me, but my biggest concern is actually getting stuck behind slow cars like you.
Well, I think that concern's well-founded.
By the way, the speedo on this car goes up to 180 k's an hour, and that's the standard Brabus, not the tuned one, which I've now got. On the way to IKEA Park to go to another camping store, and at this point, we're past where the GPS said, and I can see no signs to IKEA Park.
Still in the UK, and already lost. Things were not looking good early. However, a shopping spree for supplies and a lesson in packing up a pop-up tent left us overloaded, but confident. Do you think I'm going to have any problems with space in my car once we actually distribute this stuff?
Well, it's actually ironic. You're going to have a lot of trouble with space in your car and absolutely no trouble with space in your tent. In fact, I pretty well think that you could fit your entire car inside your tent, given that it's a 3 to 4 man tent. Now, for one person. Therefore, you might be better off actually just driving your tent around. Put the tent on the outside, just build it around your car. It's going to save a little bit of space.
It's not a bad idea. If it's got fly windows, it just might work. Just 2 days and my aircon was toast. Could it have been a bad decision to buy a used car unsighted and over the internet? So this is how difficult it is to actually get this radiator out. Actually broken a little bit of the car there. Oops. Still can't get to it though. Both the headlights are off. The whole front of the car's off. My car's literally in bits. It's almost as though they've started off with an air conditioning radiator and tried to build a car around it. I asked Liam from Road Track Race which one of us had the better car.
Technically, well,
yep.
But realistically, he's going to break springs on the first pothole he hits.
So what do you think? First pothole, Will?
It's alright. It does leave us with a minor problem, is that your car's incapable of towing mine because it's got no power whatsoever.
True, that's true. So why is Will's why is Will's more likely to bust on the first pothole?
Because he's got coilover springs and they are the weak link on a new smart car, whereas yours has got the leaf spring, the old version. You're not gonna break that, but say the first big pothole, twang.
So that they don't make them like they used to, eh? No. But how big could the potholes really be?
Yeah, you're at the mercy of
I'm going to get
a three-cylinder engine, really.
I'm going to need a coil of wire as well. But when bits fall off it, I can put them back on.
No, I'm having to have that coach. I caught it first, and you can have the same. What's wrong with the same?
No, that's it. We're calling shotgun and food from now on.
You can't do shotgun and food.
Yeah, I called the entree first, and you had the same.
Yeah, but I
said the hazelnut crunch, and then you call the same.
And it's just a race for who gets to see the menu first. What if we're in Mongolia? You pick up the menu first and go shotgun on the beef steak, and all I'm left with is the eyeball soup.
Well, that's good. So this is the routine from now on. Thank you for menu. What happened to yours? I don't like this idea. Shotgun on food.
I don't like this idea.
Shotgun on food from now on.
Shotgun hazelnut crunch.
You can't do that.
You didn't say shotgun.
No, after tonight.
No, you didn't say shotgun. Will, I bet you $10 I can pick up that glass without touching it.
Bullshit, I just did it to you.
What does it taste like? Tastes like Golden Gate on it. It's not a good ice cream, Golden Gate.
This is bloody right.
The time when gay men are happy rather than homosexual.
That evening, William and I had a highly intellectual debate over whether the Golden Gate Home ice cream would have been as successful had it been named a Golden Homosexual Time instead. Leicester, which should really be pronounced Leicester, but for some reason isn't, is a really fantastic place to go if you're into old stuff. We spent a wonderful few hours exploring the old town and generally getting lost. Next stop, the Tower of London. The Tower of London was founded in 1066 and has been used as a grand palace, a prison, an armoury, a treasury, the Royal Mint, and the home of the Crown Jewels.
So we're here in London, decided to come out for a night, and this is what we've been reduced to. William with his tiny little umbrella, hiding, cowering in a doorway. I'm not sure if this rain is going to come out in the camera, but Will on the top of my umbrella, it is absolutely pelting down. Martin, would you say this is a pretty typical London summer's day?
It's lovely. It's nice and wet. It's good for the farmers, good for the grass, good for the fruit. We love it.
Having experienced the inhospitable weather in London, my friend Martin graciously offered to put us up for the night. Unfortunately, I repaid his kindness by accidentally breaking his shower, which was operated by a pull chain. Sorry, Martin.
Do you know how I know that your car is going to be the car that breaks down?
The fact that it uses 3 times less petrol?
No, but that's not helpful. But because your number plate is W358 broken.
It turns out, a smart car can reach the 88 miles per hour required for time travel.
I'd love to have some wonderful facts to tell you about Stonehenge, but in reality I don't know much.
Since Will was no help, let me explain. Stonehenge is a group of huge rocks cleverly placed by the ancients to attract modern-day tourists. Finally, it was time to meet some of the other teams undertaking the rally and get this thing underway.
Obviously, you guys, you've seen our car. We're in the Suzuki Ignis. What are you guys driving then?
We're driving smart cars.
You know what? That's hilarious because we were driving.
So
it.
what's funny?
No, that's a brilliant idea.
No.
I mean, you say smart cars. There's 2 of you. You got one each, or?
We do. We have one each as a backup.
Oh, that's all right then.
This is hilarious because we were in the car coming up. We saw a smart car. And we're like, I wonder if anyone will take a smart car in the rally. Like, nah, you'd have to have one each. But you guys have
That's what we've done.
That's amazing, guys. That's awesome.
We also have a tow rope so that when
Nice.
one breaks down, we can pull the other.
Perfect. I'm really intrigued to see how it handles. I know. Have they taken them on the rally before, or?
Look, we just thought it's never been done before on the rally, and we just thought it was a great effort to get to the start line.
Yeah,
we were celebrating getting here. So Mongolia, that's another kettle of fish.
It's got 993 cc's. Born
Okay,
in 2003.
993, so it's nearly 400 more than his car.
599.
What are you driving?
It's a smart car.
Oh, so we win. No, you win, actually.
Hi, I'm Ben's cousin from Bipod Cars, and I think you're nutty doing it in a smart car. I've got one, so there's nothing on earth that would make me do it in a smart car. No, but I saw the car and I just thought, I better come and introduce myself, because Ben said, you won't believe we got these guys coming over from down under, coming over to buy my smart car, and I was like, no, because mine's up there as well. There's another black one, which is mine's parked up at his car lot at the moment.
I looked at yours, it was shit, so I bought a silver one.
Why do you think it's parked up at the car lot? No, you'll have fun, won't you?
Okay.
To show that there are actually women who do the Mongol rally.
I think there's 2 groups of women.
Two groups.
Wait, are those all?
So there's 365 guys and 4 women.
Oh, no. Some girlfriends do it too, I think.
The ones that are forced.
Well, I don't know about that.
There were motorbikes, cars covered in fur, and even an American school bus.
Because we're just that kind of... I wasn't sure whether you were bringing school children with you or whether you intended to pick them up on the way.
Resemble that remark. Now, actually, we've given a tour to proper school children, which is quite nice, and they enjoyed the lift up.
Like Griff.
Griff is a child, but I think he has potential actually.
Here's a funny story about Chris.
I think I would.
We like this.
Passport.
Chris forgot his passport, but remembered his static ball, which we're now going to attempt to.
Where's the other static?
Excellent. No, the British team's 220. We're 240, they're 220, and the Americans are only 110. It's like, you know, who's got the biggest?
It's unlike America not to go the biggest with anything.
It is, it actually is, I have to say.
Is that like a really funny joke that you can always just say we have the biggest and it's funny?
You can say we run higher hertz, which will hurt you more.
Hurt you more.
Okay.
And you know, I took a Canadian to come up with that.
All right.
That's it. Relations getting stronger between the Americans and Canadians. That's awesome.
No. The next step into this descent of hell, is rail gauge. Like, okay, now our tracks. Right, you know. Honestly, if bit of history.
So how many inches are you guys?
No, but ours are.
Do you still use inches? Because we use the metric system. You know, it's the modern way.
That's because you're so small, you had to be precise. Is he drawing me in?
He has an ulterior motive here.
Well, it's all good.
Tennis players.
We played beer pong with the English, and then William stole the shirt right off a mannequin's back.
Felix agreed to this, so it's all consent.
I've got to say, Felix looks better in that shirt than I do.
After a futile effort to introduce Aussie rules footy to teams from around the world, we retired to our tents for the night. No one had faith that smart cars could make the journey, and the amount of times we were labelled as crazy did have us worried.
So we're just approaching Goodwood for the actual Festival of the Slow, the launch of the Mongol Rally. Actually got asked by a marshal on the way in whether or not we're even in the rally or whether we're support vehicles for the start of it or something like that. So that's the confidence people have in us right now. Starting to think that perhaps smart cars are not going to make it to the end, but we're going to give it a fair crack. Hello. Am I single? Yes, I am single. No. We'll see who's the number 2 driver. Just one question, mate. I'm not sure if you realise this, but I'm parked in front of you, which makes me the number 1 driver.
Well, fuck. I'll just overtake you. The guy obviously cannot read 1 and 2.
Okay, let's get some music going, create some atmosphere. There's lots of pants. Emily, what are we selling down here? Pants, t-shirts, merchandise. Basically, you need your merchandise. Anything forward. Come and ask me if you've got any questions, any problems with passports. I've got all the answers. If you haven't got a passport even, if you've got your passport and you think any of you look like me, then by all means take mine. It's not a problem, okay? You take it. Here you go. Take it. There you go. That's got an American visa in there, so I don't know if you're going to have any luck. John, come over here, teammate. John, run over here because they can't see it. I don't know about you guys watching, but it's very hard. I don't know who to keep an eye on. He's going for the near. I can't have the thing. Start your engines, I'm going to hit him revving. Okay, I want to hit him hard.
Go! Thank you. Oh, that is too cool. We just had a plane land right there. It's the first breakdown. We're catching him. We're catching him. is just out of Goodwin on the way to Dover. I'm not sure how we've ended up on this quite small road.
A beautiful drive through the English countryside to Dover, and the adventure was finally underway.
So we've gone through the French border and we're now heading towards checking for the ferries to see if we can get an earlier ferry, basically. Alright, kicking the footy in, Fran. Here we go.
Driving into a large ship might be common for Europeans, but for us, the excitement of leaving England took on a whole new meaning. Excitement, anticipation, and perhaps concern as to what we'd gotten ourselves into. Having watched the movie In Bruges, we were prepared for a fairy tale city, and Bruges did not disappoint. Beautiful canals, old buildings, chocolate shops, and a bell tower with exceptionally narrow stairs. It was just as the movie depicted it. Minus the filming of midgets, though.
Alright, how are you going with the stairs, Will?
Easy, eh?
Sure. They just keep going and going and going.
Narrow and narrow.
They are getting very narrow. Oh, now I see what they meant. Oh. So what seems to be a problem, Will?
Yeah, I've broken down already. My light's coming up saying the ESP is inactive. It's not off now because I've restarted the car.
The light's gone off, okay.
But it comes up and then the engine goes like that when you're not pushing anything down on the accelerator. So at this point in time it appears that my car has some kind of issue and might have to take the smart to get fixed. I am going to, however, put in, find it, this thing here. This thing disables what's called the trust system, which means I won't have ESP, I won't have, which is electronic stability something, or any of that. So I'm going to try putting this in and see if that fixes the problem. And we'll soon find out, given that it's happened twice in the last half hour.
130 is the speed limit. I'm following Will, we are going as fast as we can go. Geez, you're struggling up this hill a bit, mate.
So the rules of the rally are the car has to be under 1.2 litres. So it's going to be a small car and only two-wheel drive.
That is where we are. How do I pronounce it?
Rheingauer Riesling Rude.
The owners invited us to stay for drinks after the bar had closed, an offer too good to refuse.
You want another wine?
Yes.
So, Will, it's been a good night. You're just going a little bit fast for me there, Will. I'm trying to do it one hand. Yeah, one hand while drunk. I can't keep up. Alright, so, are you cold, Will?
No, not at all. Just freezing.
Oh yeah, I can't stop. I'm going a bit faster now. Shit. Oh, shit.
On camera, we're refreshing each other.
I can't believe it. We actually made it back.
It was fun.
And we didn't crash into each other. And it was fun.
What are your thoughts,
Will?
We didn't crash into each other. It was amazing. It was like, I reckon it was a 1 in 100 shot. I would have taken 10 to 1 like that. Oh.
Are you seriously going to make it drunk?
Apparently we got to leave a message to Mum. She's not there.
Did you just drunk dial Mum?
Yes.
The next day, we found ourselves passing other Mongol rally cars on the road, despite the issues with Will's car. Could it be that the smart cars weren't such a bad choice after all?
More up ahead as well. These guys are everywhere, and this is really going to piss anyone off who's trying to get around them.
Given all my car's issues, I've now ran the fuel tank completely empty or very close to it and have filled up with a new batch of fuel, and I'm very hopeful that all of a sudden I have more power and I'm able to drive like a normal person.
I've Williams lost me. What happened was, he got about 3 cars ahead. I got stopped for an army convoy to get through, and rather than stopping somewhere on the other side, he just kept going till he got to a point where there was nowhere he could stop, followed his GPS, and as much as I was on the radio saying, Will, just find a place to wait for me, by the time he eventually did, he was well off the track.
So it looks like coming out of that little German town, we got separated and ended up going different ways. Our GPSs, which are the same model with the same, similar model with the same maps, both Garmin, both told us to go different ways. So beautiful countryside I'm now driving through. Haven't heard from James, so obviously it looks like we'll just be meeting him on over at this rate. So hopefully both our cars make it.
What's some of this beautiful little town. Everyone's looking at me quite funny because they're not sure what the hell a Mongol rally car's doing here. Look at this old tractor.
Turn left on Hauptstraße.
My GPS is getting me a little bit lost, but this is just a beautiful place to get lost in, really.
Recalculating.
Alright, stop recalculating. I'm doing what you're saying, you stupid GPS.
Recalculating. Continue 0.1 miles, then turn left on Ringstraße.
Part of the issue is because I guess I don't know how far 0.1 miles actually is. If I turn it to kilometres, I probably wouldn't have this problem, but look at this. This is
Turn
just
left on Ringstraße.
absolutely stunning. What a beautiful little town.
Continue 0.2 miles, then turn right on Mattersberger Straße.
Just cruising at 50 k's an hour. Oh, we have a smart on the side of the road that looks very much like James, with his hazard lights on. This is very interesting. We find James's car with hazard lights on, but no James.
I just stopped to take a photo of the beautiful landscape, and who comes by but Will. So he's caught up to me. He's gone on a completely different route, but just look at this. This is just absolutely stunning up here. Miles and miles and miles of beautiful hills and little villages. And there's Will.
Just been informed that the Czech Republic is 1 kilometre away.
1 kilometre to Czech Republic.
And I've just been re-informed by that.
Klenova Castle in the Czech Republic was the site for the European launch party for the rally. You just can't say no to a party in a castle.
Identical twin sisters.
And that was a little random. How much?
I'm just leaving it there for later.
How much vodka was in that?
It's about 700. I've drunk half a bottle.
I'm Czech. I do not smoke.
It's your chance. Grab it, grab it, go.
He's just gonna drink your beer out there. He's just stolen your beer. You're right about Aussies being thieves. What the fuck is that?
Yet again, being robbed by a fucking Aussie. Just
This party had everything. Bands, DJs, chill-out rooms, food, drinks, and even a fire display. Will's night ended after he tried to evade a guard to gain access to an unauthorised area of the castle. He headbutted the castle, and with blood spilling from his head, retreated to the safety of the campgrounds.
Hello. Oh yeah, you're on camera.
Cool.
How you going? Just about ready to go?
Yeah, we're just getting some water.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. See you on the road,
well,
probably.
Beautiful. Where's your brother?
He's not behind me, I don't know.
Beautiful view. I also ran into Will's car a moment ago.
So apparently James can't park. Trying to park next to me, he then ran into me. Not Top Gear style, completely unintentionally. In a space that was wide enough to fit at least 2 smart cars.
You seem to be a bit upset about it, Will.
I'm mortified. No, gloves are off. The gloves are off. And by the way, how much driving have we done so far today?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So far.
And what time is it?
It's quarter to 12 by my count.
Quarter to 12.
It's been a productive day so far. Which
James's petrol stops, they always turn into food stops, which involves sitting down at a cafe.
That's true, and right at the moment I've got 200 Czech dollars, so I'm having 2 breakfasts.
How did you get 200 Czech dollars, James?
I changed from the bar from the party.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you telling the truth?
Absolutely.
Are you 100% sure on that?
I won at gambling, right? I was playing poker, and I won 200 Czech dollars. What can I say?
Now, do we believe him, ladies and gentlemen?
You see, that morning I had awoken to find that a girl I'd made friends with at the party had left my tent, but some Czech money had appeared. Will joked that I was a gigolo, but as I'd simply gone to sleep, I considered it payment for room and board. We marvelled at whole towns covered in solar panels across rural Germany and realised just how far Australia is lagging behind.
Unfortunately, this is as fast as I can go. But today's the day where we're going to find a smart dealership in Germany and work out what we can do about this. The good news, apart from me not dropping my camera, is that I have a car and it goes, and I'm exceptionally happy. It cost €211, of which the part was 15 euro, and the labour was €160.
So what was the problem?
The problem was, as Liam from Road Track Race said over the phone with absolutely no idea whatsoever apart from I have no power, a wastegate valve.
So basically you've been pushing it too hard and you broke the wastegate valve?
No. It broke itself. I had nothing to do with it.
I like my version better.
Probably more accurate as well.
So turning right here. Oh.
Right, not left, right.
Oh fuck.
Where's your right?
My other right. Sorry, Will. Still getting used to driving on the wrong side of the road.
Berlin. The wall, art, culture, museums, more museums, and even a sausage museum. Come on, Germany. That's a bit unnecessary. One of the most interesting exhibits in Berlin was the Between Propaganda and Terror Wall, well worth a visit. We travelled across the bridge to an island called Fehmarn, where our ancestors came from.
We've been to Bannersdorf, where ancestors. Well, one of the pair was one was born in and lived in Berg, and the other one in Bernersdorf, and they got together, Oswald and I think Catherine, in the 1700s. Actually, just while we're going past this, have a look at this.
Oh my God! It's an enormous jumping castle. That is incredible. Can we stop?
No.
We have to stop.
We're not 6.
Fuck off! It's a big jumping castle.
We're going for a walk along the harbour in Orth, which is the only town in the entire place that doesn't end in Dorf.
Except for Berg.
And Landkirchen.
And
everything
Landkirchen.
does end in Dorf apart from the ones that...
There are lots of Dorfs. Where's the map? I was actually... Not Gollendorf, not Solsdorf, not Duschendorf, not Dortzendorf, not Wankendorf.
There was one called Wankendorf.
Oh, it's Wenkendorf.
Are you sure?
Wenken, Wenkendorf.
Sounded like Wankendorf.
You can call it Wankendorf, and it's not too far from Puttgarden.
As long as if we're sleeping in the same room, you're not Wankendorf, I'll be happy.
More renewable energy, this time in the form of wind turbines. And I've got to say, they're actually pretty good looking, these wind turbines.
They are. Probably better than the Fermanians so far.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many good looking locals, I have to admit. I guess that explains, we were descended from these people. So, things have been a little bit competitive on the trip. Get me and William together at any stage, it's always competitive. Even to the point where at a previous hostel, after eating all the very dense, rich German food, I went to the toilet and I'm quite sure that was the biggest crap that I had ever done. And so I emerged from the toilet and told William this. Upon hearing it, he went straight into the toilet, emerged 20 minutes later and claimed to have beaten my record. However, later, after analysing the amount of crap we'd actually eaten, it was determined that it was quite probable, or almost 100% possibility, that my crap was bigger than his crap.
Yes. My bike's fine. Perfectly happy with it. James, what's wrong with your bike now?
Nothing wrong with it.
Let's go.
Okay, we've got a problem. The seat's a bit low.
Alright, we'll just bring it up. So far we've travelled up the path from there, down here, amused some girls by falling off the bike, and we've got to here.
The way I see it, we've got about 15 minutes left to make the most of Vermont.
Okay, we got a 3.5k ride there and back.
Let's do it. As per usual, everything is a competition. Look at him go!
I'm waiting for him to go face first.
He's running faster than I was riding.
He's got every single sheep.
That is incredible. A 45-minute ferry ride later. Here we are in Denmark. You can tell by people on bikes. You can't really tell because of the people on the bikes. There are people on bikes everywhere. They're just better looking in Denmark. I like the, what are you doing that for again?
Right, so I can fit in with all the hippies.
Right.
I've got a long hair now.
That makes sense. Let's check out the hippies. Here's one. Hello.
Hello.
Are you a hippie?
Do you learn to shape it like this in Australia?
No, I did that just...
It looks very professional.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
He is a professional idiot.
Yeah. Stania, we've bought some very nice cookies there. Chocolate.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes, sorry. Cupcakes.
Nice red icing.
Yes. They
taste good.
Yeah, but it's different from others.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know what it is. It's
The man we brought it from, there was a lot of smoke coming from his tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wonder what it was, but no idea.
I figure that was his oven. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it's cold here, so yeah.
If this is not the coolest water sport ever created, I don't know what is. Kayak polo? Having seen it on TV, Will thought he might have a go at planking. He's got to try to make his body flat.
Das habe ich neulich im Fernsehen gesehen. I've seen she was so afraid that she was so dizzy in her head. Oh, it's crazy. 1 minute ago there was nothing, and now I see it coming. You will be dizzy in 5 minutes as well.
The girls got very giggly, then tired, then went to the hostel to sleep. I, however, did not get giggly. The fine Danish cupcake had made me sick, then even more sick, then suddenly better, so I went out for the night.
I think I may have ordered slightly more of a breakfast than even I can handle. That is absolutely phenomenal. We're about to hit the bridge to go from Denmark to Sweden. Wow. Okay, this is very cool. Look at the GPS. As we've emerged from the tunnel and got sea on both sides of us, on a massive bridge, you can see it off into the distance. It's beautiful sunshine. This is probably the best weather we've had so far on the trip. Further north we're getting, the better it's going, better the weather's getting. Who knows why? They tell us normally it's the other way around. So we've got about a 3.5 hour drive to go, 3.5 hours straight up the coastline till we hit Stockholm.